Yeah.
I just think.
Could you tell me, what do you think is the key lesson that the NHS needs to take away from integrated reporting?
Well, I think the key lesson is in the integrated thinking rather than the outcome, the report itself. Integrated thinking has this holistic approach that you look at the inputs which the NHS uses, and we've got 6 resources which we refer to. Rather than just financial and manufacturing, we refer to human resources, intellectual resources, natural resources, and the social capital and the relationships with the NHS's stakeholders, and the needs, interests and expectations of those stakeholders. So management becomes more informed, and management can develop strategy on a more informed basis. That brings us to the business model, which is how does the NHS provide its service? And that involves all your governance and your regulations and everything. And then you have a product, which is your treatment of the patient. But that always has an outcome itself, and it has an impact on society or the environment or even financially. So in integrated thinking, you're looking right from the input right to the impact of that outcome, and strategically building all that in so that you embrace the 3 critical elements of economy, society, and the environment. If you report or just focus on the financials, historically it's shown that, first of all, it is historic information, and it's but a flash photograph of a moment in time of what's happened, financial report. And you certainly cannot tell from a financial report the quality of anything you've done. And so the user, and the major user is society, because society is the provider of capital to you and also is your patient. So a very key stakeholder, society at large. And the average person in society, 900 out of 1,000, will not understand a report in IFRS speak or in sustainability reporting speak. So clear, concise language, and so people can see in a balanced manner what you're doing, how you are creating the service. And that sort of candor creates trust as well.
What do you say when people say, oh, but it's just not possible, you know, because of the way things are?
Well, the answer is we should all believe that we will get to the 22nd century. You and I won't be around, but I think we owe some kind of duty to those who come after us. And if you focus only on the financial, irrespective of the impact that you have on society or the environment, we are failing in our moral duty to your children, your grandchildren, those who come after you. You certainly are not creating an environment for the 22nd century. We are directing public service institutions, private sector companies in a very changed world of the 21st century. We've got financial crises, climate change. We are using the natural assets faster than nature is regenerating, radical transparency. Every 60 seconds, another 70 domain names. 370 emails are sent around the world every 60 seconds. And with a click of a mouse, money is flowing across geographical borders. Stakeholders have a greater expectation than ever before. Example, the Arab Spring, Wall Street occupiers, St. Paul's Cathedral. So one cannot ignore these things in directing and steering an entity in the 21st century. So you cannot carry on as usual. We have to change our mindsets and carry on as unusual. We cannot, with the mindsets we had when we created these problems, solve the problem. So we need to change that mindset and really look at how we're going to look at this holistically and sustainably.
Do you have some words of encouragement whereby they can take heart at the moment in terms of what the NHS is going through?
Yes, absolutely. I think the NHS does a fantastic job. And I speak from a family experience. My daughter-in-law was pregnant and had a fainting fit about a year ago in Leicester Square. And she was treated magnificently. You need to get the messages out there, the great things that are being done as well. I mean, the press seems to latch onto the negative aspects. There's so many positive things about the NHS. It's a wonderful institution. What does concern me is the massive regulation and compliance issues. That you spend a lot of time focusing on those compliance issues instead of focusing on your job, and your ultimate responsibility is performance. How you're going to treat the patient and what's going to happen. So that's what does concern me, and what does concern me are the silos. You need to integrate your thinking.